Hey guys.
Hey, Jane. Hey,
What's
Tomi.
up?
Hey guys.
So we're joined here with Tomi today. He is a Vizlib legend. He's showing us a very cool Spotify app. We're excited to see. We might help him Vizlibify it. Tomi, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Tomi. I'm a solutions architect at Qlik, and yeah, I do a lot of demos. So this is going to be a bit different because someone else Joe will be leading the demo today. So a bit off my role.
Yeah, and Tomi and I go pretty far back. I was
Yeah.
at Qlik, of course, on the healthcare team. Somehow got connected through a mutual friend, and he was working in this, healthcare advanced AI, ML analytics stuff. And we're like, ooh, Qlik is a fun company. You should come check it out. And convinced him to finally join. And he was solutions architect with healthcare, but also all across the board. But we got to work together quite a bit when I was at Qlik and just have stayed connected. So really happy to, work with you. We used to work together quite a bit. So anytime I get a chance to chat with you, and then I heard you work on more applications at Qlik outside of healthcare. And that's always fun too, because it can be something unique. And then you're like, I'm working on a Spotify app. And I was like, whoa, let's do this. Like, I have all these other apps that I've worked on for music stuff too. And we just started geeking out about the data there. So thought it would be great to have you on, show off a little bit of what you built, and maybe we Vizlibify it a little bit.
Excited. I'm excited.
That sounds good. Tomi, are you ready to share your screen?
Yes, I am. So pardon me. I'm going to stop sharing and then start sharing it again.
Perfect.
And let me know when you guys can see my screen.
We'll have
Yep.
Jane added in.
We see it.
All right.
There we go.
There it is. Great. I will be in the background. I know you guys go way back and probably want to catch up, see things. I'll be in the background. Have fun. I'll pop in.
But first off, do you have your orange juice, Jane? Is that like your common drink? What are you drinking today?
Today I'm drinking boba. Does anyone know what boba is? But I put it in a fancy glass because it's happy hour.
Wow.
And I know it's a plastic straw. I'm working on getting a glass straw. I know. Sorry, guys.
If we hear it in the background, it's you like those little tapioca balls is what it is, right? Yeah, if we hear it like, oh, that's Jane drinking boba tea. We don't have any places like that around me, but I just have coffee today. I'm actually back in Madison. I've been in Tampa, escaped the tropical storm that became a hurricane, but I'm drinking just coffee, which is like a local roaster that we have here in Madison. So I'm happy to be back. It's called Electric Monkey Espresso. It may be why I speak so quickly today, because I don't have much left in my jug anymore. And tell me, what do you have?
Water. Simple.
Solid choice.
Water.
Good.
But it's one of those gym bottles because I worked out in this morning and I'm just refilling. Nothing.
Like the whole noddle, just like put that Coca-Cola aside and just raise agua. Awesome. Thanks, Jane. Yeah, feel free to pop in. And then if comments and stuff come in, we'll be sure to pause. If we miss something, just make us stop. We're good.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Cool.
Bye.
So, Tomi, do you want to take us through like what you have here? What was your thought process? I know a bit about this, having seen it, but maybe take the audience through what you built here with Spotify data.
Sure. So sorry for that. I have a few of my friends, and we work out together. And usually, when we work out at the gym, someone brings their Bluetooth speaker and plays their playlist, like some song from usually Spotify. And at some point, we're all competitive, friends, and we would try to figure out, whose playlist is the best playlist, who always finds the song that everyone wants to kind of get on and play. And from there, I started thinking to myself, which of all my friends, and there are five of us in this application. I have data from all 5 friends. And the question was, which of us, has the best taste in music? Which friends tend to drive the the new song that every other friend gets to add. And in a way, you can basically say which friend is the coolest friend.
Right.
So that was kind of the idea here, to use data analytics to see which friend is the coolest friend. And that's where this idea came from. So connected to Spotify's REST API, brought the data of me and 5 of my friends in. I can show you who those friends are and so forth if we get the time to do that. But this is the app. There are multiple sheets in this, but we can go through each one and talk about the idea here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And is there anything in here? So this is the, is this Vizlibified at all? Or this is native stuff?
This is Vizlib-ish.
Oh,
so
okay.
the first, you just got fortunate here, and maybe I'm trying to cater to the audience. The first sheet I added some Vizlib elements to kind of show the art of the possible. But there are multiple sheets, and I can walk you through some of these sheets that have not been Vizlibified, and we can talk about them.
Sure.
All right, so let's go first. I think the one that's a bit more finished and has a lot more story to it is this sheet that's Find My Next Favorite Song.
Okay.
So this is all native Qlik products, except the bottom right is yours truly. When I say, well, Joe, this is your app where you can play actual songs, and I'm sure the audience can hear this. You can actually play songs that you like from here. So I can explain this sheet, and then if you have to, you can lead the conversation, Joe, after that. But in this page, the idea here is, there are probably artists I love. Drake is one of them. I'm sure for those that love Drake,
Yes.
So the artists I love, but there are songs by Drake that I have not heard yet. And wouldn't it be cool to use my friend's music taste to find a song that I know I would likely like because I love Drake? And if they like that song by Drake already, I should probably check it out.
Then you probably like it too. Yeah.
I'll probably like it too. So this is a good way to kind of find those songs out. And for example, I could easily, search at the top for an artist. Well, for those that know Qlik, it's super simple, right? You can just find the artist Drake, right? And this is going to let me know once I've made that selection, everything automatically updates. So I can see, for example, 2 of my friends, Jeff and Joanna, I've also listened to songs by Drake.
Okay.
Right? And you can see me, Joanna, and Jeff, we've all listened to songs by Drake. These friends have not listened to any songs by Drake, which is kind of weird, right? I think so. And of those songs, I've listened to 10, and these are some of the songs I have not listened to yet.
Okay.
That's on those songs to check out. So if I click on any of these songs, like let's say in My Feelings, for example, you'll notice everything updates, and I can play that right here and actually,
In My Feelings. I don't know if we can hear yours, but I have it. I think I had it queued up. Maybe I didn't. I actually didn't know, but I just have Drake queued up. That's about it. In My Feelings. Got to remind me of that one. They don't have it right at the top. So,
well,
you can keep your headphones on. I think there we go. That was a good one. That's on my list here.
Yeah.
We can only do 7 seconds legally, so that's all we can do.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know.
I say it every time. I have no idea. We've never been. We don't have any copyright notices yet. We'll probably keep it that way.
All right. So that's the story of this sheet, and there are others that tell different stories. So I'm curious, do you, I
have questions. Like you've done some magic, I think, you're using Qlik to filter out or to filter in things that you haven't listened to yet. So I think in that, like songs to check out, did you have to do a lot of data prep, or are you using Qlik to say, where not Tomi, show me all the songs?
Yeah, so it's just definitely Qlik. So the purpose, besides just finding my next song, right, or the artist to check out, or which friend is the most popular, something to what I was also trying to emphasize here is the power of Qlik, right? Meaning we have this operation called set analysis, where you can do a lot of very fast calculations on sets of elements. So here, the set is of all the possible songs by Drake, which elements in that set have I not listened to? And that's using set operations. So we can look into the code or the script that's used to drive that if you want.
How did you come up with that idea? Did you go in going, I'm going to build a Qlik app so I can figure out which songs I haven't listened to? Or was it something else?
That's a good question. Well, how these things usually evolve. As you can see, there's a lot of playground stuff that I have been working on.
That's how our apps look like, definitely.
Yeah, right. So what ends up happening is I start with a question. So what I tried doing first was something they call it comparative analysis or the association rule. If I buy bread, what's the likelihood of me buying eggs and cheese, right? That's where that idea came from first.
Or like Netflix suggesting which shows you should watch next based on your viewership.
Exactly. So the idea so I first wanted to build something like this in Qlik because I am a math guy, right? And as you see in the bottom, there's a lot of statistics and such in the bottom. So I wanted to first do something very math focused, statistics focused, using actual, so this, for example, the takeaway from here could be selecting me, Tomi, or selecting my best friend's Jeff, best friend in the world. If I select Jeff, for example, we can see who is most like Jeff. I am. Makes sense. Yeah. And of all that, so I've ranked it using some, math together, like lift, confidence, support. We can see, for example, of all his friends, I'm the most like him in songs and artists we'll listen to. The next closest person is his girlfriend, Marissa. So these are showing this in a tool makes the message much more poignant that, it works. I can use this in analyzing supplier data in our company, which suppliers are more like a supplier, or which customers are more like this customer. So that was kind of it.
Is there a limit, you think, on, this customer is like this customer? Qlik's just going to do all the magic, right? But did you need a certain number of songs or artists before this stuff started to kind of bubble up and show the differences? Like, if you just did like a month of listening to songs, you probably wouldn't have the spread, right?
I see. Yeah. So that's a good question. This is 5 years of songs. Yeah. Right. And I started listening to Spotify. So I'm actually a late bloomer, 2019.
Okay.
So my data is only
you only
2
have
years.
So much of it.
Yeah, but some of my friends have quite a bit. There's a little animation that I built to show over time, right? If you play the animation, you can see over time how the friends, we can see if we put on the X and Y axis, what friends like songs that are more amped versus songs that are more chill. And we can play that over time and see if, for example, when the pandemic hit, the people's choices in songs change.
Oh, interesting. Right? And that is that categorized then by the Spotify API tells you if it's a chill song?
Yeah, so Spotify has, So Spotify does have that, right? So you can see on the right side, they have these 5 categories already: amp, sad, chill, danceable, and so forth. And we can see even like a radar, like which friends, for example, Joanna listens to a lot more sad. I know her, so I'm not surprised, right? She listens to a lot more sad and more chill and a bit more amped. And you can see how that changes over time. And that's her little icon over there. But so that's these are some of the explorations I was going into, and that's how the playground kept building up and up and up. So there are all these different stories I can tell with the data. I've shown this to my friends. They have a blast when they see it, because
Yeah.
it really fits the personalities of the people. So
How do you add in new data?
so this is static now, because I have to get this is up until February of this year. That's the very last data set, because I have to go to each friend and they have to put in their username and password for Spotify.
Oh,
And then I was able to get the data up onto them. And no friend is gonna let me have that information.
because you can just go in and throw in a bunch of songs that they really don't like.
Exactly.
Which is what happens to my Spotify playlist, sharing that with like my family. And then you're like, where's this? Why is this on repeat? Oh, the new after Hamilton, that Jane, you might know too, the Lin-Manuel. I can't get it. But what is the new like Lin-Manuel? Yeah, where they're in New York, and it's the new one that just came out. So it's another Hamilton-esque type of thing. And now that's what my Spotify playlist is, because I share it with my fiance, and I'm like blown away. We shouldn't share an account. That doesn't work well. Oh, but now you're like, I'm watching this ticker go through. You're into pandemic time now, right?
Yeah, I was
Has
into
it
pandemic
changed?
time.
And is that you out there as danceable only? That's all you ever listen to?
I am pretty much a happy guy. Yeah. And yeah, so the pandemic, of course, so the last date is end of January, but it keeps playing. And what you could do if you wanted to is even focus on just a few, friends or few folks and so forth. I think I lost my train of thought.
No, I mean, you were talking about like, as this evolves, maybe during that time, people were listening to certain music. Like, did they want it to be happier? Did they like, I need chill music, there's too much going on? Did you reach out to people too? Like, hey, you used to listen to, I have all your data. You used to be so happy. Now you're listening to all this sad music. Are you okay? It's an interesting, like, psychological thing, right?
That is a fair point. I did notice that, yes, during the pandemic, there was kind of a big hit on chill. So AMP went down, right? So AMP and danceable went down, chill and sad went up between the months of June to like November. And for some friends, it's more evident. And I did not reach out to them. I have been holding or hoarding the information kind of in my head. Right. Maybe I should share that with them, but I want to first, something I was looking to do is make it much more visually appealing, right? So right now, I have a lot of white space, right? It's built for the developer. It's not built yet for the consumer. So the hope is, if I build this to a point where the insights kind of pop, then I would like to share this to my friends. Yeah.
Like out of this page in particular, I mean, the scatter plot gives you a lot of detail, but not for the average person generally. But the radar chart is actually really cool. Like, people can tell, like, there's not so many dimensions, right, to go around. And what's your flavor of music and compare to people. But then to see it kind of move, I think you don't even need to explain it to people. Like, if it's just that and maybe the slider for the dates, the animator, they can also then see, oh, have my like my listening skills, or not skills, but like all the songs I've been listening to over time change that drastically, and it just kind of moves and the bubbles kind of chart around. I like it. I think that's a good one to kind of have in the center, perhaps, if you were going to do this one.
That's actually, I could do that. I could make it just one animation, like you said, just one animation block with this in the center, and maybe this itself, the moving average chart, is somewhere off to the side. So that's an idea. Definitely something I would say something that does happen to me as an SA is I work on a customer problem, and we find a cool new way to solve the problem. And then I become obsessed with that solution, right? And that's actually what you're seeing here. So this little drop down variable box is something that a customer wanted as a way to kind of help with the UI and the user friendliness of their application. And after that, I was like, okay, I got to make everything have this drop down, and that's what you've probably seen in quite a few of my sheets. I now have this drop down thing everywhere just for that reason, because of that. Right?
And I guess I would go back to it as you could do it in the chart itself, but it would just be that chart. So as you're changing this, it could change all the charts on the page. That's why you might want to do that separated out, right?
Yes, exactly.
I saw the Sankey chart. That's one of my favorite charts. Like, can you explain that one? Because it might be new to some folks. I throw it in everything I can, and then I realize I probably should explain what it's doing. Okay. Is this just like
I'll go
ratio stuff, or you have another one in there somewhere?
Yeah, this one is a little better. This Sankey chart might kind of, it's to describe flow, right? That's kind of the idea here. And what I wanted to show, is this clear?
Yep, that's clear.
I'm just going to zoom into the bottom so people can see the Sankey chart. I know what I wanted to see is, I have a hunch that we all tend to add songs at particular times of the year, right? That was my idea, right? Before starting the Sankey chart. And the question is, what's the best way to show this? That most of us have a time of the year that we just get into our feelings, right? Like the Drake song, In My Feelings. And then we want to add some song. And using a Sankey chart, you can see the flow of, for each of my friends, the thicker the flow, right? And these are months on the right side. The thicker the flow, the more songs are added in that month. So for example, I am somebody that has a lot of songs in July. It's a summer month. I have ideas in my head why that is, right?
Yeah.
In the summer months, I go on a lot more vacations where I am exposed to more songs. And that's why I get most of my songs, right? Because I'm maybe at some in Miami, at a nice get together in Miami.
Oh, I saw Joachim said something about the he harpened back to ClickView with cyclic dimensions as your drop down for changing the choices. So yeah, I think that's you're bringing back the old school stuff, which is awesome because it was used very heavily in ClickView.
Oh, yeah, I don't know as much, but that's good. Thanks for that comment. So, is the point that the cyclic dimensions does exactly what the variable dropdown does? Is that the?
Yeah, and you just put it right on the chart. But to be able to do it outside of the chart, you could control everything all at once. I think is the main.
I see. Yes.
It's nice.
And so that's kind of the intent of the Sankey chart, to show flow of data. So here we're showing that I add a lot of songs in July.
Right.
Joanna adds a lot of songs in May. And something that I just thought was a bit interesting to note is the 5 months are mostly summer months, besides March. I'm not sure why March, I picked the top 5 months people add songs in, and you notice it's, May, June, July, August, and then March.
Is everybody East Coast, like DC area?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Why do you think? Why did you ask? I'm curious.
Just because, I'm back in Wisconsin, so the winters are harsh. By March, I'm like, anything I can do that will just change this up. It better be spring. I'm going to get a new playlist. I'm going to change my life. And then summer months, I could see that as being a thing. Like maybe everybody's maybe trying out new workouts and stuff, and they're like, I need something to run to. I don't run, but doing different things too. And then they start playing on the playlist. But you have not only the adding songs, but also just the listening side of it, right? Like how many times people have listened to a single song? Is there one that's just jumped out for all of you?
So Spotify does not give that publicly. Spotify lets you know if you added a song and if you favorited a song. So if you specifically said of a song, I want to make it a favorite. I want to add it to my liked songs, right? We know that. And if you added it to a playlist, so you can see that, but you don't get the data on how often. I think that's proprietary.
Yeah, and there was a question that came in: is this app available for download? almost
Sure,
like a
yeah.
healthcare app. I mean, it seems like it has some very personal information in it, people's songs, but you don't have their last name, so
Yeah, I think
maybe
it's fine.
then it's
My friends
okay.
are fine
Or
with
you
it.
can, yeah, okay. Because
My
you've
friends are
shared
fine.
this out. You recorded this with Qlik, like a version of this before. Is it available
Before
for people to
it,
play with?
so I can share the app, the QVF, so people can play with it. The actual recording will be in a couple of weeks. It's going to be publicly, like there's a video
Oh, okay.
recording with Mike Torello. He's the Qlik guy, and that will be
Nice.
available. They're just spiffing it right now.
And I see I forgot to even ask, you're on Qlik SaaS. So
Yes.
everything you're doing here is just on the cloud, no Qlik Sense desktop, no, trickery there.
No trickery at all.
Curious, like all of you at Qlik, can you add like unlimited people into your tenant and have them view your stuff? Or do you say, hey, spin up a tenant, I'll then send you the apps and you can put them in your own? I'm just curious, like, are you able to bring people in and kind of show them? I used to do that when I was at Qlik, but we only had Qlik Cloud, which wasn't the SaaS version. And they had to give me unlimited invites. So I just kept adding people in to show them different apps.
It is not, I'll put it this way, for us as internal Qlik employees, it is not advised that we do that.
You want them to play around with it, right?
Yeah, it's not, I wanted to play around with it, because I think you're asking, my assumption is you're asking to say, could I make this app publicly available so that anyone can come in and use it? Is that what you're
effectively? Yeah. Like they just want to explore it, not necessarily hit duplicate, edit, or anything. But there's the public demo site where this stuff could get published and then people could explore it without needing to sign in or anything. But it's better to play around with it, I feel like.
I don't know if the other folks on our Qlik users, I can send the raw file itself and they can put it on. The issue would be, if they get the raw file, some extensions like this extension you built, Joe, might not work on there. But yes, what I was going to answer is we, as internal Qlik employees, we don't have the ability to open up ours, like this is my personal SaaS tenant, right? That's my name up there. I can't open this up to the public. This would cost Qlik a lot of money.
It would cost, and that would be routed back to you, right? Like,
so someone would be calling on knocking on my door, calling my cell phone, like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Spotify might sue me for this 7 seconds.
Your APIs. Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
So Jane, any questions come in that we might have missed there? I saw something pop in. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
You guys have done a good job answering all the questions.
Sweet. So where should we take it? Jane, do you think that some of the artists you've listened to, or maybe you've seen some things in Tomi's app, where it fits in? Can we figure out like a completely external person to this, if they're like somebody else just based on an artist? Would that be possible?
Let's think about that. How would so I like the idea. So if there's some person, how similar is this person to the list of other friends? And I'm trying to think of what's a good way to, if I have that person's data, yes, I could do that, right? But I don't know this person.
You don't have ours.
I don't have yours, right? But if I did, then yes, you would just fall somewhere in this bin. It would be easy to just add the new person to this bin. That's not a problem.
Jane, quick, go. You're on the spot. What's because you did that Billboard app a while back, so I know you had to research a bunch of music and connect things. Do you have an artist that popped at the top recently that's not Andy Grammer?
It's a really, I don't know. Oh my God, all I can think is Drake right now.
Then you're most like Tomi and Jeff, right?
Maybe something super different. Florence and the Machine. She's
Florence
different.
and the Machine. Let's see. So I can look up Florence and the Machine right there, artist. And we can see.
It's in there.
All right. So let's see. So none of my friends, actually, let's see. Marissa and me have listened to Forest and the Machine. Not Jeff. That's why it's 0.
Sky of the Full Sky. I don't even see that song. Is it chill music, right? I think of it.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's like upbeat chill music, right? It's not like intense. You're just gonna like be punching a punch bag. No, it's all sad.
Greta Van Fleet.
Who?
Greta Van Fleet.
Greta. Yep. None of us have listened to that. Unless it's spelled wrong.
No matches found in your current select.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's only songs that all of us, at least one of my friends, has listened to. That's all it shows.
Okay.
Oh, actually, hold on. I might have made a little faux pas. Greta, you said?
Yeah, Greta. Greta.
Greta's Bakery. Does name me the name of a song? Is that what that particular field is?
Name is also artist. So Spotify uses name to mean artist.
Okay.
Name of the artist. And then I guess we have listened to Greta.
Something related to Greta's Bakery, but it's not.
But we don't have, some songs I couldn't get the, on Spotify, there's this ID you get for a song, and that's how you play the song on the app. So some songs I was able to like scrape because I have to scrape through Spotify, which is expensive.
That's where you get in trouble with them too.
Yeah, that's where you get in trouble. So that might have been where, you did some scraping on their website, and for this artist, I wasn't able to get those songs, which happens.
So my go-to one is when we're working out with friends. It's just funny. It's just anything Beyoncé because it's upbeat. Everybody knows it, and because I'm getting married soon, putting a ring on it is a song too that will come up. So I'm guessing it's in there somewhere because of 5 years of dating. Of course, you've heard. Okay, at least.
Not too many Beyonce songs.
Not too many. I would say maybe because I don't listen to Beyonce. I know. My friends don't really listen to Beyonce. I guess Joanna is the only other friend. As you can see, most of my friends don't. Just Joanna and I. And Love on Top is the one song we've all listened to. So sorry.
No, that's fine. Is there something in here though that does overall show like what are the top artists all of you listen to, or the most favorited song? I mean, it's just going to be out of the set of this group though, right?
Yeah,
because there are some limits there.
There is definitely a way to, if it's not there. Let's see, the comparative alternate states. I'm trying to think because I know I have like data laying around and I have to look and see.
Right.
Let's see. Because we want to look at favorited.
Can you search by like type?
By type?
Like chill, dance.
Yeah.
Just like
I was gonna look up this video.
Okay.
So this would only show chill, right? If I selected that. And now, so I'm zooming in on chill, and I guess I don't have that as one of my sheets, but I could create a chart of just all the, like, for example, we can see Joanna listens to a bunch of chill. But we could have a table, for example, that's all the chill songs. That's one way to do it. This table only shows songs we can play. So that's why it's going to be empty.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
where it has the ID.
Yeah. So not just that, but songs I should check out. Like I built this table specifically. So for a user, Tomi, I can see these are songs I should check out. based on the logic in the back end. So yeah, but we are looking for, I'm trying to think of a good, something familiar. Yeah. This would be where we can select if the user specifically adds the song to their Spotify. So we can look for chill songs that are also saved. And this will hone in on just for a particular person, or I can look up, make a table and go through that. Let's see, I'm trying to think of
I wonder if we duplicate a sheet and give some space and maybe throw something on there.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, this one's fine. This one's kind of the high level one, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna call this "Throw Some Stuff on There."
Nice. You should see the names of our sheets. Yeah.
Throw some stuff here. So this, we're going to, let's see, what do we want to do? So I'm gonna X out of this. So we might want to filter that, like, talks about if the song is added or not. I would imagine, right? That's probably something we think is important. I'm gonna delete that. We don't need a lot of mess over time.
Right.
So until I'm just gonna add a filter. OSF. Where for this filter? I think it's called saved. Song familiarity. All right. And there's just a button to say saved or not. And we could, what would you like to see? A table?
Yeah, let's start with that. And then maybe we can collectively think about which visualization. I mean, the easy go-to is a bar chart because we're comparing things, but sometimes it's fun to just go out into space and figure out something really unique. You've done it because you have a variety of things like the sand key diagram.
I almost feel like Venn diagram would be cool.
Ooh, have we tried the Venn?
No,
Let's
no.
do that.
To kind of show like overlaps and.
That would be cool. I don't know how that works. Do we? Let me see on there.
Try it in. It should be custom objects in the library for Vizlib.
Ooh, I'm excited. Got it. So scatter.
Venn diagram.
Okay.
Let's see if I gave you a license.
Yeah, let's see. So let's create a Vizlib Venn diagram. So this is my first time doing this. So
somebody had to run for ice cream. So yeah, if you give it a little bit more space, it has a bit of information. Did we already run out of time, Jane? Oh,
no, that was
I haven't been looking at the clock.
I can't say his name. Is it Joachim?
Joachim.
I think it's Joachim, like Joachim Phoenix.
We're gonna have to go to Sweden to meet him in person. I think that's where he's based.
Oh.
See you later. Okay, so this is where we think about what we want the circles to be. In this case, it kind of walks you through. One of the attribute is like if we're describing people that have the same hair color. That one doesn't actually make sense. I don't know where these examples came from. So normally I just throw dimensions in, and the measure will be like the count of songs or the count of favorites, whatever you have there. But maybe try the people because you don't have a ton.
I feel like attributes would be like the type of music. So like whatever
So this would be the mood you say for that?
Yeah, the mood. And then elements, I think that might be the person. And then the measure could be like the count of listens.
That's a good idea. So then measures would be like song title, and I just look up count of these. Let's see. The measure defines. Oh, okay. Is this what we're thinking?
Let's see. Yeah, as you hover over it, it'll kind of tell you what's in there.
So most songs are danceable, and then this one's null. We can get rid of null.
We can or can't?
If you go to
can in the
dimensions,
dimensions.
yeah.
Oh yes, under dimensions.
And then remove it from mood.
Yes.
I almost wonder if these are the number of songs, but how do a song can be both danceable and amped, or is this? Did we get this right? I almost think we might want to swap username and mood and just see what it looks like then. And can you drag it? I can't do it on my touch device, but it didn't do it.
I think I did.
There we go.
Now the question is, I wonder what this means. So
you have the most song data from your friends.
It should be Joanna. So I think I should do a count of distinct songs. On the measure, where I'm just gonna add. It's a bit of a lag, so just let's see this, and that should reformat. That makes more sense. Yeah. So Joanna is by far has the most songs, and this is interesting though. So what this is saying is this is kind of given an overall. How do you say this?
I mean, this is like Joanna likes the most songs. We knew that, and she has the most overlap with Chris. So like, they both have the same songs.
Yeah, that's kind of cool though.
Versus what you had with the filters and the bar chart, we're just changing it into a Venn diagram, I think.
Yes, I would say. And now these little, like the shaded area in the Venn diagram has a bit more information now, right? Because I don't know if you can select on the shaded area, but the shaded area will be the songs Joanna and Chris have in common, right? Which is the bars. But now I guess there's something else we can do with this. Could you select just the shaded?
You can. When you click on it, it will just do the union of them. You might have to turn on a setting, but the event's kind of fun for that because it's. Yep, it will click on that and it will show you just Chris and Joanna.
Okay.
And then if you go into the properties now, we might have to turn this on. I know there's levels of interaction inside of the Venn diagram.
That is kind of cool though.
This is probably one of the best uses for it. Just talking through it with you. I'm always trying to figure out where to throw it in. But yeah, interactivity. And then what's selectable? First, second, third, both. Try both.
No so come in, read and
we want. Yeah. Is there anything there are tooltips as you hover over, you can change some of the information there.
That is cool though. So we can see they both have a lot of amped overlap. And I guess that's what the secondary dimension is showing. I'm trying to understand what that means.
Yeah, just kind of breaking it out.
Yeah, I think it's showing like what they're going to overlap. Yeah, like if you chose Joanna and Chris in like the second dimension, I think was also username, then no one would touch because all their usernames are distinct.
Clarify. Sorry, I'm not following on that last part.
Oh, this so I think the first dimension is like, going to be the actual circle itself, and the second dimension is like what they will overlap on. So you can have like maybe sodas, and then the second dimension would be like flavors. So you can have like cherry Coke and cherry Pepsi. But if you did
what would it be? I'm trying to think. If we did artists. Would that be like right? Like I don't know if it's too much data. That's my only concern. But let's see, because this would show right for a user, like
how many of the artists overlaps.
Right. So, but see how it looks different now. So I'm trying to see it's clean, but what's going on here then?
Hover over like you and Joanna, because
you can see that's interesting.
For unique song titles by certain artists, you both have Eagles and Fleetwood Mac. There's not a lot.
Yeah, but I think I guess what's going on.
But what is weird is, does Tomi not have any overlap with like Evan?
I guess not, because I don't really listen to a lot of songs. I know that, but Jeff and I are also like the best friends, so I can see how Jeff and I, but I see that nothing with Jeff overlaps with Marissa. So I'm not sure why that is. I would expect they would have some overlap.
Maybe it's because the measure is also artist. If you chose the
I thought
measure.
the measure was song.
Oh, the measure is song.
Yeah.
It should cut it together then.
The measure was, if I remember correctly, was distinct song title.
Try count distinct artist here.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's try that.
Let's see if that gives us something closer to what we're expecting, which is.
Let's see if I get the. Yep, awesome. Got a love click for this. It might take some time for it to reconfigure. See
There's
again.
A bit more.
There's a bit more, but now it's just showing artists.
Oh, because it was song titles. Maybe it's because they're overlap. There wasn't too much overlap on the same songs that from the same artists. I have to.
Oh.
You have to think logically about this.
Yeah, but I see what she's saying. Like the overlap is the for that measure, how much of the second dimension did it overlap on? I'm trying to think of that. My head is not very good at abstractly. Like
we're trying to put the associative engine into a single visualization, and we most need we need Hick online, Henrik, to tell us like, no, this is not right. He's probably like, that's not what it's supposed to look like.
We could put the user, I mean, we can see kind of what's going on here, right? And put the user, and we want to put song title, and we want to put, and we could have arranged this alphabetically. Oh, it's going to be way too much. Ooh.
It's going to be a huge table, right?
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Yeah, so I have to think, and then artist. Well, all right. So one thing we could easily do now just to troubleshoot is, let me expand this and narrow this. We just select the song and we see how everything changes. Right? So we can put Qlik's associative engine to work here. And this, I think, would help us.
I like that song, 1984, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. This is it's the laziest naming of a song ever.
Let's see. I was trying to, I'm going to guess Vizlib has the ability to move those columns.
Oh, the columns? Yeah.
Yeah, like resizing, yeah, Qlik.
While you're in it. Yeah, you might have to be done.
I see. Yeah,
and then the user can change it.
Okay. Let's see. So now I'm gonna let's see something. So 1984, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Let me see a song I know a few of us listen to, right? So what's a good song? I think In My Feelings. Right?
Is that by Drake?
Yeah, Feelings, right? That's the one by Drake.
Yep.
And now this is saying Joanna is the only one that's listened to it, which makes sense. That is true. That is true.
Because that's the song that is in your list to listen to.
Exactly. It's the song. So I should find a song that we all. What's a song? I don't know right off my head, actually.
Maybe something by The Weeknd?
Ooh, very good.
That's like top of the charts from last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good start. The Weeknd.
Not to be confused with Vampire Weekend.
And now you notice everyone, there's dark overlap on everyone. Chris, Jeff, Joanna, and me.
So if you
go ahead.
If you hover over it, it says Okay, the weekend one count distinct artist one.
Oh, because we changed to artist, not song.
If
Not
you
song title.
if it was
Yeah.
song,
So if we change this Venn diagram back to song titles, I'm very curious how that
would
the
change. Yeah.
diagram. Yeah, that's kind of the idea here. Right? Song title. All right. Huh. Now, what does this mean? I have listened to the most songs by the weekend.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is true. Yes, 4. That is me.
Then
Heartless,
Jeff,
I saw it coming.
Joanna.
Jeff. Oh. So is it what we thought then? I think so. And
Maybe,
then Chris,
yeah, it just was too much to handle initially with everything.
everything.
I mean, clear it again and see, does the bubbles, maybe it was good,
Right.
maybe just we're changing it too much.
Well, this is super cool.
It might have a limit set in it, I'm not sure. And it's just showing the top 10
Yeah.
songs or something like that.
That's also true because I'm trying to imagine it must be a lot of processing to even I did a lot of clustering in from a machine learning from my background data science, and this is what it's doing. It's doing clustering in a way, and that's it could be computationally intensive to find the best location to put the circle.
Yeah.
Right, that itself is not an easy job for a computer to do. So, for example, where should Marissa be in comparison to Joanna versus me? And that might be where there's a limitation in the computation in the compute power. I like this though. Ooh. So if I did
if you have fewer songs or you just grab like a random set, even would it look better?
I'm gonna add like The Weeknd and Drake. See how that looks. Drake, and what's a there's an artist.
It's not Beyonce.
So what I think is funny is I guess we're only selecting artists I listen to the most because everyone else is inside my bubble. Actually, we could just easily. We can just do that.
Right.
Yeah, but then it's gonna see, So Joanna, Jeff, and Chris and Evan. So Joanna is listening to 3 songs, Drake, Ben Howard, and that. And she has, I want to get, it's only 2. It doesn't go to the 3rd. It only does, I guess that's the limit. In terms of the overlap, you only get 1 overlap and 2. You can't.
It has to show it. I've seen things where it's kind of a mess of things, but yeah, it's usually limited to a certain number of dimensions to just visualize it.
No, what I'm saying is in terms of, I can't really show you what I'm talking about. So Jeff, for example, overlaps with actually 3 people. If you look at just the opacity,
yeah.
And I think when we were setting the interactivity, there's a limit to just 2. You can go 3 levels down.
Right.
Right. And my point is, so for example, I'm overlapping with this is 1 level, this is level 2, but the 3rd level, which would be this level,
of all
it doesn't show. Yeah. So, but yeah. But I do like
getting there. We can keep playing with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like this.
The only other thing that came to mind was your scatter chart and I do this because I was looking at hockey data the other day because I have this where I can see the hockey players move over time on a scatter.
Oh, to play
if we can take your
animation?
Instead of the animation, you just hover over it and it'll show how it's tracked.
That'd be nice.
On your scatter.
How would that work?
Copy that page that has a scatter, and then maybe we can convert it and then add in a time dimension.
That would be a lot of fun.
Because Year,
It's
quarter.
this one, rolling average. I'm just gonna duplicate that.
Sure.
Yeah, and we'll call this rolling average. Throw some stuff on it again.
Sure.
Do some stuff right here. And fun fact with this one, this was one of the hardest charts to create. The mathematics behind this, right? The data modeling required to do a, when you click an animation, to do a rolling average over multiple dimensions. I remember I had to learn something called, that's what this thing is, as of month.
Okay.
I don't have I've not thought through the way to explain it well, so I don't want to throw too much at the audience, but there is as of month is, right, Qlik. I went and it's on the as of table. That's the idea. The as of table is what someone else built to answer this particular question, and it took quite a bit of thinking. So it's where you want to do accumulation over time,
right?
And you want it to have as you accumulate, you want that also to be a moving window that requires some data modeling in the back end, and that's what this is. That's basically what I have to do. Oh, just to make that
okay.
So, but we have this. Let's go into building. If I get distracted with my toy,
no, that's fine.
So these are the points we want to. You said convert this to a Vizlib chart. What's the idea?
Yeah, I think so. We could just drag it over, convert it, and see. There might be some specific, variable things that you have in that one right now, but we can try it. And what I'm thinking is
copy and paste it, and then so have kind of the
original on that one.
Yeah, on the right side, so we can see. All right. So, which object is it here?
It's the scatter, Vizlib scatter.
No.
A little bit higher.
Did I miss it?
I think you might have scrolled past it. Do you not have it? Oh no, it's there. It was it jumped on my screen a little bit. Yeah, you can search for scatter too. It should find it in the list.
That would help, actually.
We have so many that I just always go to just searching.
So I dropped it on.
It'll take a second because if you haven't used it in a while, it will download the latest version of it. Yeah.
Got it.
And then
this is beautiful.
You're good. Now it just tried its best guess at converting some of it. We might have to change access and stuff like that. But maybe make this like full screen for now, the chart itself, so we can see some of the things. And edit again, because we're going to want to add something else in there.
Oh, I see. So when you say...
Oh, yeah, maybe I'm thinking we might need to move some of the charts or extend the sheet to give it some more space.
Yeah, so what I can do is, because I think we might end up, we don't need any of this. I have these, I'll just delete these. Sorry, you go.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Yeah, and then...
You may want to keep those, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's because this is playing with the X and Y, but everything else can go. And even this one has to go.
Oh yeah, we keep it small just in case we go back to it.
Yeah. So now.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is this all looks good. I mean, we can change the axis and things like that, but go to data. Yep. And add in, you see there's now add for dimension. It doesn't normally make sense in a scatter chart. So the secondary dimension you can add in here is a time related field. And if Qlik has tagged it as date added. Is that represented as a date? It will tell you really quickly if it's a recognized date.
So I think so. We have. I just want to add, because these are date fields: weekday, week, right, week, year, and I want to see.
Try week, year, maybe. That might be a good one because we don't want every single day that was added.
I added a week just to see. So now that
it gives you a little hint.
Calendar,
year,
month, day.
So it wants like 2021-01. You may need to, you can use a calculated dimension. You need the year first, followed by dash the month.
So I can't use date raw, like, because this is year, month, and day. No. Okay, let me think about that. No. So it wants, first, before I do anything, I'm going to create a mini table to see the actual date field. So,
well, you have the as of year. That looks very similar.
Like this as of month, year?
Yeah. Is that a dimension or is that calculated?
As of month, year. Yeah.
Try that one. That one might work.
Actually, yeah, that might. Okay, let's see this. As of month, year.
First one.
Missing date and time sequence. Make sure each diamond is equal. Oh, it has to be continuous.
Yeah, it doesn't want it to skip. And you said some of the people go back pretty far.
Yeah, if I exclude null, doesn't change. No.
I don't think so. But what if you grabbed just the last complete set where all 6 or all 5 of you were listening to things?
Oh, so from 2019 to like 2020.
Yeah, and I think your calculations are also using that as of month, year. So it will only show the dot where it's at that point. We kind of want to remove any of the set analysis you might have in your measure.
In this, I see. Like in the,
in chill ratio, danceability ratio. If you have as of year in there, this won't. You basically have locked it in. So this could just be the raw. Well, I'm not sure what I'm seeing there, but like the mood calculation without anything related to the time. That might be tough because you've done a lot of work here.
Let's see. Let's try the. I'm going to try and use just like an if else to see if I can get the as of month, year to be continuous. It's an idea. Let's see. Okay. So as of month, year. Let's try this and say if is, I think I can just do that. 0 else.
As of month, year.
Just to like see if we missing data. Still make sure each dimension has equal number of time data. Oh, not just that. It's not just that it's missing data. It wants it to be every user should have. So if let's try something. Like username. Yeah, but if I made username just one person, then it would work.
Yeah, try that. Just select somebody first and see if that comes through.
Would it? Oh, actually, that's a good point. I want to see if would that work? Would it automatically?
It may, because then it's just tracking a single person.
That'd be super cool if this automatically updates. See.
So now hover over, and click on her dot. I want to see if it changes anything. Here's the thing. Now throw your as of year slider all the way off to the edge because it only has one date in there. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Like play this and then let's see for.
and it won't do, I'm not sure how it works with the animation, but what I want is as you click on the dot, like if you stop it here, you now have a couple months of data.
Okay, let me see, because it's, let's go farther along. The animation is a bit wonky. Let me see.
Yeah, I haven't used it that much, but there's the Hans Rosling thing of like how the countries have developed in their goals overall, and it shows the bubbles moving. Have you ever seen that TED Talk?
Oh, yeah.
It's worth looking up, and that you guys should recreate that. Actually, we thought about doing it. I'm like, I think Qlik. I mean, Hans taught a lot of the people. He was a professor that taught a lot of the people that have worked at Qlik for many, many years in Sweden.
Really?
So yeah, it helped influence where Qlik Sense went. There was an acquisition of a group of students basically that were out of Lund University that helped create Qlik Sense. And they studied under the Roslings family. So it's kind of like a cool little thing in the background. Okay. Yeah. Are you able to pause it now and just see?
Yeah, I can
it
just
should have
pause it
enough
now.
data points. Now click on the dot.
No.
Or does it
went back
reset
to
it?
22. Yeah, when I paused it reset it. See,
Can you grab it from the drop-down filter up top and pick like?
Yeah.
I think the slider right aggregates all of the dates, right? It's kind of
yeah. So if I go to 2019, no, it doesn't.
Try that. You have enough. Now click on the dot and see if it brings in snail trails. Actually, yeah, I'm not sure if you're clicking on it, but
I wasn't. You want me to click on it, or I was just hovering over it?
Yeah, click on the dot.
I clicked on it. Yeah, it's clicked, but it's invalid parameters.
What I want to happen, and we got to see if we have to turn this on in the properties for the chart, is toggle on and off snail trails. And it's in the scatter. But I'm guessing because Jane's back, we are over on time.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, we are a little bit over. It's 3:07.
Oh my God, time flies
when we're building. Yeah, going to a zone 2.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I tell you what, we'll keep work. I'll work on this as well, or you can play around with it. Let me know if you got it. What I want you to see is like the dot and the trail over time, like. It has Johanna's, really cool. Listening pattern really changed, and it'll just show a really odd path, I think, or maybe not odd, but
I think that'll be really cool because so user, I think I can probably make this
just lock it in
analysis. Yeah, let me see about if I can. What's this?
But like, we can work on this, and I can check back with you, and maybe we share it, because I think there were questions that came in. Hey, is this app downloaded? So when you're ready, when you get the video with Mike Tarallo, like share it. We'll share it with everybody too. Let them know how to find it. But yeah, we made some tweaks here. I learned a lot about music that I didn't know. But that's cool. And if you want my username and password for Spotify to throw it in, it will add a variety of songs that probably nobody's listened to because we have a child as well. So there's a lot of crazy kids songs on there.
If you want me to, you can send me that, I don't know, on Slack or something. Not on here. You don't want everyone else knowing. No,
I'm super curious just for myself, yeah. And maybe we replicate it and I throw some of my friends in there.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That'd be real cool. This is a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. Short notice too, like we just said the other day. Do you want to do this? So, anytime you want to come back and play around with stuff, show things off, more than happy to help out, Tomi. And thanks, Jane, for keeping us honest and watching for comments and stuff. I swear, like we've had meetings like this before, where like, oh, that was like a couple hours. We missed something else. So always good. Great to see you. I got to find me usually cheers at the end for Appy Hour. So thank you so much again. And we'll send you the recording so you have it if you wanna review it.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care. Great to see you. Thanks, Jane. We'll see y'all later.
All right. Bye, guys.
Right.
Bye-bye.